Welcome to Nintendo Voice Chat for the week of June 9th, 2015. I am your host, Jose Otero, and this is the big E3 2015 rundown. Joining me this week, Brian Altano.
What's E3?
That show called the Electronic Entertainment Expo that takes place every year in Los Angeles for the past 16 years? More than that.
Is that next week?
Yeah, it's next week. Big time show. And joining us to also talk about the big show is, I almost said Brian twice, Per Schneider.
Guten Abend.
How you doing, man? Dude,
Good.
There's a Wiener Schnitzel place by my house. Should I try
is?
it? Yeah,
Well-
there's it looks like takeout-ish small. Should I try that? Is
Well,
that a good
Wiener
thing?
Schnitzel is an American hot dog chain, and the word Wiener Schnitzel means pork cutlet or veal cutlet
I've been
from
meaning
Vienna.
to text you about this with
so
photos.
the two things are not that related.
Okay.
Do you know I spent 5 minutes at lunch today explaining to Naomi Kyle how to say that word?
What?
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel?
She was saying Wiener Schnitzel.
But
That's how I
But
say
can
it,
you guys?
yeah.
So I've never been to a Wiener Schnitzel, but can you guys confirm that they don't actually have Wiener Schnitzel? Because it's like somebody in Germany calling like a hamburger place hot dogs are us or something. Like it makes no sense.
I will take pictures of the menu and send them to you. Okay.
Find out if they have
So,
Wiener Schnitzels.
on this episode of the
I wanna go to Hot
illustrious
Dogs R Us now.
podcast that we call home, we are going to go through everything that we can about Nintendo E3.
Yes.
We're going to start talking about last year. A few months ago, of course, we dropped some E3 2015 predictions. We did that already as a show. Brian came back from somewhere. I think you were at Star Wars Celebration. You came back and
He
you
was
dropped
at
some
Star Wars.
Yeah, he was at.
I was
he
on my
in
honeymoon.
Star Wars. No, that wasn't your honeymoon. We already did that, but it doesn't matter. We're going to look at more of the bigger picture, right? There's a bunch of software on the books
Yeah.
for Nintendo. There's a bunch of announcements. We're going to spend a lot of time doing that. But before we do that, there is a Smash Brothers Direct on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a nice surprise. 7:45 in the morning Pacific time. So if you live
Prime
on
time.
California coast, wake up early. That's going to be weird time. It's nice and early. But I think Jose and I were kind of speculating they're getting a lot of that stuff out of the way because it won't be anywhere near
That's right.
their actual digital event. I keep wanting to call it a press conference.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're getting the stuff like Lucas and the Miiverse stage,
Well-
right? The kind of stuff that's already known out of the way.
Well,
We don't know what's
I
gonna
think there's
happen
more.
later.
So the email they sent announcing this thing says an update on June 14th brings new content to Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo
Yeah.
3DS, including Lucas from Mother 3 as a playable character, a new Wii U Miiverse stage, and Mii Fighter costumes inspired by Splatoon. That's not only what this Direct has
No,
to
of
be about.
course.
There
There'll
has
be-
to be something. So let's go through some quick predictions then. Obviously, let's say it. Character announcements, right? There has to be character announcements
Yep.
and costume DLC. That's what they've already said.
Yeah.
But what else is there? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I almost feel like whenever they announce a character, they're also going to pull another one out of their hat, like a future character announcement.
Yeah.
I do think that there's one part of it, and but you know, like Smash Brothers is still is big enough and still fresh enough in everybody's minds that they could use that in their primetime show too, not just the pre-E3
I don't know.
thing.
You look at last year's digital event. I was talking to Brian about this off
Mm-hmm.
mic. I don't think the digital event is a focus on DLC for them. I
Yeah.
think digital event is new gameplay, new games. That's it.
All right.
There are even games they sacrifice, and we're going to talk about that when we recap last year's digital
Yeah,
event.
I also
quickly.
think just sort of like as a company theory, they're less inclined to hit everybody as hard as they can in that 1 hour, and they've been more disjointed and splittering things out a little bit more. I mean, we're getting a direct on Sunday morning. We got one last week. Treehouse Live, I presume, will keep going as usual, and we're going to get a bunch of little breakout stories from that. It's not